Hello people, so here we go. This is gonna be another one, interesting one for the DIY guys. Now you might have read in the instruction manuals that if you want to adjust the preload, you would have to take it to a service center, and I'll tell you a reason for that now and help you adjust the preload as well. Now as for the calculations, there are plenty of videos on YouTube. I have quite a few good ones. If you need some help with that, just let me know. I'll post the link. But right now, just for this bike, Himalayan, that is, here we go, Himalayan. Yeah. So I'm just gonna discuss why service manual says that you should be taking it to a service center and why you cannot do it yourself. So usually in normal circumstances, now these are kind of the tools that I'll be using. Let me open this up. Yeah, okay, so these are the tools that I'll be using, and I'll tell you why they recommend that you take it to a service center. The reason for that is, first of all, you need a C-wrench. We have used this before as well to tighten up the cone set, if you remember. So this is holding up nicely. Anyways, yeah, discussion on that later. But now this is the C-wrench that I got with CBR 250. You also get one with RC and other bikes. So hopefully, if not, you can always buy one on Amazon. Now the problem is, there is just no way to get it properly used on this one, right? If you can see, it just does not fit in. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, there is just no way to fix this because this bracket for the link always hinders. So that is one reason. Now, simple way is to first open up this one so that you can take care of this bracket. Just take it out of the way and then tighten it. So I'm just gonna do that, and a little briefing for anyone who is having a back pain. Usually the reason for that is if the suspension is not properly adjusted, not properly preloaded, because this is called preload adjustment. If it is not preloaded properly, the suspension gets excess amount of travel and eventually your back will start to take toll. So adjusting this is gonna take care of the back pain, tailbone issue, as they say. But do remember that adjusting this does mess up in some ways the steering geometry, because if you tighten up the rear suspension, if you give it less space to move by moving up a bit on that bracket, what happens is you are making the bike sit a bit up on the back, thus making the front kind of, just dive in, and then the steering geometry changes. So there is a proper calculation how to adjust that. My funda is simple. I just adjust this. If my back starts to ache, move it up back one bit at a time if needed, or do the proper calculation, which just needs measuring of the proper sag and all, for which, if as I said, if you need the video, I'll post the link. But as of right now, I'm just going to tell you how to do it. So first of all, we need to open these brackets, just this one, nothing else. Now to do that, the right way would be just to make sure that the rear tire is height adjusted, because once you loosen that up, the rear tire is going to fall off. So I'm using these two marbles and this wrench. You can use anything. And here we go. So this should keep the rear tire in its place. Now let's open these two. Now for that, I'm using first of all this. Now this is a 14 mm. There we go. So this is going to be a 14 mm, and you're going to need something to hold it on the other side. So again 14 mm. So let's just open this up and let's see. So here we go. On this side it will be a 14 mm bit, and on the other side it's gonna be a 17 mm. So here we go. this is free enough now that I've loosened it. So let's just open this one up. So this is loose now, as I said, 17 mm fits in there, and I'm just gonna take it off. Now we're gonna take this entire nut off. This should be pushed off. Don't use a hammer or anything else. If you are using something to hold the tire in its place, there should be no need to do anything else. This is simply gonna come off like this, and here we go. Now this is out of the way, and the C wrench will fit in, and you can just adjust it like this as you need. As you can see, here we go. Yeah, so this is gonna fit into this part. It's gonna fit into one of the spaces, and yeah, now we can just move this up a bit or loosen it down. And now I have also greased these parts previously. I have not recorded it, but next time I do it, I'll do that. There's slight rust, muck, whatever, but yeah, all seems good. For as of right now, we're just gonna move it up a bit and adjust it, as you can see, and this makes things a lot simpler. Here we go, and this is up a bit. So as you can see, no, it did not move, and here we go. Yeah, now it is. So I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm at the 5th part. Now I'm just gonna simply make sure that this is in place. Now it is. Now my preload is adjusted, whatever one bit at a time does. Now simply just move it back. The bolt goes in. No hammering required, because as I said, the rear tire was adjusted properly. Now it seems I might have to do something here. So just move the... Here we go. Yeah, so this is in. Now I'll tighten this bit and preload adjust it. So you don't have to necessarily take it to a service center. If you have right tools, or if you can borrow a C wrench from one of your friends who owns a CBR 250 or RC 390, this should take care of it. Now I'll tighten these up, and I'll show you what difference it makes. So this thing is tightened now. I'm going to remove the placeholders. Here we go. So this is what it took. Wrench and 2 of the slide marbles. If you have something that can just accommodate for this, that will make things easy. Now I'm just going to take the bike off the center stand, and here we go. So the bike is on the side stand now, and as I said, on the 5th mark of that rear suspension to adjust the preload. As I said, there are better ways to do it. I can post the video on that, but you need at least 2-3 people to get to that. So I've taken the bike off the full stand. Now let's try and push it down. Yeah, pushing it down does not go down that softly, as well as on the side stand. If you do that, see, it works. So I'll let you know how it feels. I'll ride it, and I'll see if it needs to go back 1 notch or not. So that was it. Hopefully this was simple enough. Take care. Ciao.